So from the previous video, I hope it is very clear to you people that hereafter mostly the wavelets will be referred to as the wavelet analysis tool or simply the wavelet analysis. Now what exactly are the benefits that the wavelet analysis offer to the society or the research community in their work? That with the help of the wavelet analysis, this is the most precise point to remember regarding the wavelet analysis tool, that it allows the researchers to have isolation and manipulation of the specific type of the patterns hidden in the masses of the data. So let us recall the example that we have seen in the previous video, whereupon a two-dimensional signal, the input signal, that it was the camera1.tif, and that image signal, two-dimensional signal, was operated 3 times by the wavelet analysis tool, so that at 1, 2, 3 levels we obtained the wavelet decomposition coefficients here. So in those examples I have given you the idea what way the wavelet coefficients are acquired for the changes made into that images in the vertical direction, into the horizontal direction and into the diagonal direction. Hence we can call the wavelet analysis tool is very much helpful to have isolation either or the manipulation of the specific type of the patterns hidden in the masses of the data. Now in the real-time world we can also compare this feature of the wavelet analysis with the example where if we are watching certain scenario, so to look at that particular scenario, our eyes are the sensors which collect the different kind of information from that particular scenario. So the way with which our eyes can pick out the trees into the forest, the same way the wavelet analysis allows to have isolation and manipulation of the specific type of patterns. So trees have specific type of patterns, they have the leaves, they have the branches, either they can be with the fruits also or the flowers also. So that is a specific pattern for the same kind of trees. From the forestry we can have them picked it out. Or in another words, we have the example of our ears. So as like the eyes are the sensors to get the information from the surroundings, ears are also the another type of the sensors that get the information of the sound here. So the way our ears can pick out the flute sound in the symphony, the same way the wavelet analysis works upon. Now this is what the comparison I have made with the real-time world and the working of the wavelet analysis tool. But it is now interesting to know what way or how the wavelets can do this. So this is the very important and interesting question regarding the behavior and the working of the wavelets here. So for that purpose, let us take one signal. That signal is a composite signal. So composite signal has the two fundamental signals, those have been mixed up. So let us take the example where we have the sound that has been a part of the human voice and a part of the sound produced by the tuning fork. The tuning fork, I hope you people are familiar, those who have been experimenting for the practicals of the physics subject into your junior college days and all those. So such a composite signal, if we have, the graphical representation of that particular signal can be made this way. So you can see many up and downs into the amplitude level of the signal, and that too onto the horizontal axis. If you take time t as a parameter, in the very short time duration we can have the many fluctuations, and in the specific interval we have the least fluctuations also. So this way we can have such a composite signal. And now for such a signal, if it is the task to have the differentiation of the sounds, those are a part of the human voice and are a part of the sound produced by the tuning fork. So that time the wavelet analysis will be the most efficient alternative here. Now from this particular example, if you like to have the characterization of both of these particular parts here, so let us have attention to the spoken words, a part of human voice. We can say that the spoken words last only for a second as I speak. So after I speak, so it takes a very little time, and thus we can say that such type of signal part is basically localized in time here. So this term to have the characterization of the spoken word signal is very important. Here I mentioned localized in time. On to the another hand, if we take the sound part that has been produced because of the tuning fork, so the visualization of the same can be made with the help of pictorial diagram. Here it is. So here we have the tuning fork. So the Y shape or the U shape basically, and that has a stem beneath it. So this is the tuning fork, and upon hitting that particular tuning fork, here we have a generation of the pressure wave into the surroundings. So this have been shown here, the pressure wave here, and graphically we can represent the wave like this. So we can see that there it is, the constant amplitude level as well as the frequency is also a constant here. So unlike the spoken word that we have called it to be a localized in time, here we have such a tone generated by hitting this tuning fork is said to be localized in frequency. That is, it consists of a single note with no higher frequency overtones here. So whatever the fundamental frequency value it is there, we call it to be the single note here, and the repetitions at the higher levels we call them to be the overtones here. So this is what the difference between the two components as the spoken word signal and the tone that has been generated by the tuning fork. So now these are a part of the composite signal that I have shown to you. So for such a task to have differentiation of the two, wavelet analysis is very much helpful. Now the another thing to get it cleared here, it is how the name or the term wavelet is different than the simple wave we have. So into the trigonometry, the mathematics, we have learned the two-sided or the double-sided wave here. So it is a repetition pattern here. So here onto the left hand side you can see here the graphical representation where the amplitude starts from the 0, goes to the positive maximum, goes to the 0 level again, then into the negative side again have the negative maximum, come back to the 0, and the repetition of such a wave cycle goes on with the constant time interval here. So here it is nothing but the wave onto the left hand side, whereas whatever we have the word wavelet here. So as just now we have talked about the localization in time and localization in frequency, both these informations or both these characteristics are for the wavelets, and the wavelet picturization can be made like this here. So you can see here it is over a short time span, as like we call it localized over time. As well it has the short fluctuations into the frequency component, hence localization in time and localization into the frequency is nothing but the representation of the wavelet. So here it was the simple comparison with the wavelet and that of the wave here. Now our topic is basically titled as the wavelets and other reality transforms. From the other reality transforms, I feel it is better to compare with only the Fourier tool. So the brief comparison that I have already made into the previous video, where I have made it clear that the Fourier analysis tool fails to provide the time dimension analysis to few of the signals here. So now here we have just a recap of what exactly the Fourier analysis is with respect to certain time instances, the years we shall be mentioning as a part of history. So the Fourier analysis has been introduced by the Jean-Baptiste Joseph Fourier, who was a French mathematician. In the year 1807, this mathematician claimed that any repeating waveform just now we have visualized into the previous diagram onto the left hand side, it is a periodic function. So for example, if we get back to the earlier slide, such a periodic function can be generated by hitting the tuning fork. So such a waveform signal can be expressed as an infinite sum of the sine waves and that of the cosine waves of the various frequencies. So this was the claim in 1807 by the French mathematician Jean-Baptiste Joseph Fourier, and from thereupon the use of the Fourier analysis into the applied mathematics and the signal processing was started here. Now if we take for example the music signal here, so in the music signal, as just now we have talked about the example of the tuning fork here, the lowest frequency wave for the music is called as the fundamental frequency of the note, and the higher frequency is called as the overtone here. So it consists of both these fundamental frequency called as note and that of the overtones here. Now next to that we have the information that whatever the researchers, mathematicians were introduced to this Fourier analysis tool from this French mathematician, they were working and extracting more information, experimenting it more and more with other applications. They later extended his idea to the non-periodic signals also. So earlier there it was the Fourier series, and now the Fourier transformation, which can work with the non-periodic signals also, so that can change over the time rather than only repetition into the same shape forever. Next to that, if we take the example of the images, which are basically the signals in the 2 dimensions here, so thereupon also there we find the distinction between the repetition and the non-repetition of the patterns. So that is also important in such signals here. So whatever the repetition pattern that occur into such example, they may be soon understood as the texture or background, while the non-repetitions are picked up by our eyes as an object or the edges, simply we can say here. So with respect to the types of the signal, we can call the periodic or the repeating waves composed of a discrete series of overtones can be used to represent the repeating, that is called as the background pattern in an image here. Now all such work was going on with respect to the Fourier analysis tool here, and many researchers, as it was a very popular tool that time, had a very close evaluation of the Fourier methodology here. So thereupon there it was observed that the drawbacks of the Fourier tool are also there, that they have trouble reproducing the transient signals with the abrupt changes. The transient signals either you call, or the signals with the abrupt changes you can call here. So the principle underlying this problem can be illustrated by what is known as the Heisenberg interminacy principle here. So here we have the next topic in the same chapter, that it is titled as the Heisenberg uncertainty here. The details we shall definitely discuss here. So in continuation to this identification, more information can also be added that has been found into the year 1927, where this particular physicist, the Werner Heisenberg, stated that the position and the velocity of an object cannot be measured exactly at the same time, even into the theory. So this is the most important drawback of the Fourier analysis tool, and because of which the wavelets is now a popular part here. So as far as our subject is concerned, the domain where we have the signal processing here. So in signal processing terms, we can call it is impossible to have the knowledge of the exact frequency and the exact time of occurrence of this particular frequency component into the signal at the simultaneous event here. So this is what the details we had as a comparison to the wavelets and the other reality transforms, more specifically the Fourier transform, because of which the wavelets are outwitting the Fourier transformations and now become very popular in this particular field here.